How's it going, YouTube? It's Aaron here. So right now in the US, hopefully you guys are staying well. Hopefully you guys are staying healthy. Hopefully you and your loved ones are all right. And with everything going on in the world right now, everything's crazy. But I hope you guys are still hustling to get those SMMA clients. So in the US especially, I don't know how it is in other countries, but I imagine the same things happening, especially in my state, Massachusetts. Things are starting to open back up. You know, the restrictions are starting to become a lot less. Even though there's still some social distancing guidelines, you know, things overall are starting to open back up. You know, people are starting to go into businesses, hair salons are open, etc., etc. So, especially since a lot of you guys liked my coronavirus proof niche videos, so I'm going to talk about 6 post-coronavirus niches you can go after, because now that everyone's done being inside and, you know, they're starting to go outside, or even they spent way too much time in the house, there's going to be a huge demand for a lot of these things now, and you want to help business owners get in front of that demand. So let's get right into it. So if you don't know me, my name is Aaron Bogle. I am currently trying to build a 6-figure agency by the end of the year. Join me on this journey. Do you know exactly what you need to do to do the same exact thing? Build yourself to a 6-figure SMMA. Please like this video. It really helps me out. And if it helps me out, it helps you out because you get more valuable content. And be sure to click the subscribe button below to stay up to date on everything that I do and to get more value to help you build your SMMA agency as well. And also, I can't always release videos. I release videos twice a week, but I do like to post lots of tidbits of information that's I'm seeing like in the moment right now that's working, or stuff that's in the moment, you know, that's not working and stuff like that. So don't even try. I like to post that in my group, the SMMA Client Acquisition Tips, Trick, and Accountability. So link in the description below if you want to join that group. You can also get access to my cold calling and / cold emailing script that I use that has actually helped me book an SMMA client. And I actually show you guys live in another one of my videos. But don't watch that video yet. Be sure to watch this video first so you know what niche to go after. Then watch that video, use the script, and then close them as clients. So what are the 6 best post-coronavirus proof niches you can go after? So let's start out by saying the first and the most obvious one is restaurants. So now that restaurants, you know, are going to be back open, you know, they're going to start serving food. Maybe they've been doing takeout or delivery this whole entire time. You know, people are going to start wanting to go out to the restaurants again. You know, people are going to start wanting to go on dates, or even with the social distancing guidelines happening, as time progresses on, restaurants are going to start reopening. So what you want to do is you want to reach out to the restaurant and say, hey, do you want to, you know, a full seat of tables when, you know, this all opens? Or do you want to, you know, have reservations made, you know, before people actually get into your restaurant? You can go to the restaurant and offer them a service like that. Honestly, right now, this would be a good one if you just want to reach out and try to get your first client. And just by doing like a free trial to start, because most restaurants have been hit pretty hard, and, you know, many of them even had to fire their employees for the most part. So you want to try to find the restaurants that are still open and that are still doing well. Be considerate of them. And, you know, if you're into food, if you're into the restaurant business and you want to get an easy foot into the door for your SMMA, restaurants is a good first pick. But don't worry, the rest of these should be profitable up front, and then you can charge up front with some of these. So the second one I want to recommend is construction and home repair. So even though construction was always an essential business, at least in my state of Massachusetts, they released, you know, a document that said the reopening phases, and they said that construction was one of them. So I assumed that meant, you know, outdoor construction, like building buildings and stuff like that. But people can also just think that, oh, I can get, you know, my house remodeled and stuff like that. And this is actually one of my clients right now. I'm working with a remodeling business right now, helping them get more high quality appointments. This is a really good niche because, you know, for a remodeling job, that can cost anywhere from $4,000 to $15,000 for the business. So business owners are going to be happy to pay you, you know, $100 or $150 to $200 to get a scheduled appointment or a booked lead in their system, because they know, especially if they have confidence in their sales skills, that they can close that and make like a $4,000 deal from it. It's starting to get hot, so HVAC's a really good one, and especially now because people have been crammed in the homes. You know, not many people have been even going outside or going to restaurants and stuff like that. So this is great for, maybe kitchen and bath design or remodeling, because, people are getting sick and tired of just looking at the same old kitchen, the sick and tired of looking at the same old cracks and same old hazards as well. Home remodeling, and it was always doing good during this time because I was still able to get my client leads for that. But I think now, especially since they outright said that it's open now, and the curve's starting to go down, so people are more trusting of other people to come inside of the house and do work and repair on the house and stuff like that. So anything with construction, remodeling, putting in decks, home improvement, all those types of niches are very well. And I would recommend starting with those types of niches as well, because usually, especially if you call them, the phone number that you see is actually the phone number of the business owner, so you don't have to go through any gatekeepers and stuff like that, which is awesome. So home construction and home improvement, awesome niches to go after. The next type of niches that you can go after is, salons, spas, anything with self-care. So the point with this is that, people have been stressed. Like, I know I've been stressed, with everything that I'm doing. Honestly, this YouTube channel and this SMMA business have been keeping me super, super busy. So I haven't been stressed because of just social distancing. I've just been stressed because of, all this. Eventually, I'm going to want, maybe a massage. Many girls are going to get their hair done, get their nails done, do something, even though, like, they really shouldn't because social distancing are still being in play. Hair salons are still open. They're still taking appointments. And, there's a huge influx of customers that, that want this appointment. There's a huge demand for it. So you can go to the hair salon being like, hey, I can get you, these booked X amount of booked appointments. I can fill your salon with, seats and stuff like that. So hair salon, spas, self-care, especially since now everyone needs it because they're all stressed, do their nails or clip their feet or something like that. Anything with the self-care should be a great niche to go after if you're into that as well. So this fourth niche is going to be two niches in one. It's going to be wedding planners and divorce lawyers, and then you can probably guess why. So with divorce lawyers, maybe people, staying inside, maybe, they're butting heads a bit, and, maybe they're married, and then the social distancing caused a lot of stress. And, especially if they lost their job, which is really unfortunate, it caused even more stress because most arguments are about money. And, it caused people to actually want a divorce. People who want a divorce, they're going to need a divorce lawyer. So that's a really good high quality niche to go after because, lawyers, any lawyer industry niche, it's a pretty penny to get a lawyer. So if you can get them leads for possible cases, then that's a great step for you to go after. On the flip side, many people were, they're stuck together in quarantine, and then they realized that they actually loved each other, and they want to get married. So they're gonna want to plan the wedding. They're gonna want to start doing wedding stuff and stuff like that. So you can go after wedding planners. So I feel like there's gonna be kind of like another baby boomer generation because quarantine, everyone's stuck inside, and there's going to be like a quarantine, like with a TEN. So the next niche I want to talk about is actually pool installations. So pretty much to put a pool in your backyard does cost a pretty penny, but it's starting to get warm, it's starting to get hot. And especially now, with social distancing kind of still in play, it's kind of doubtful that if public pools or public swimming areas are going to be open for a while. So, people are still going to want to swim. People are still going to want to have pool parties. People are still going to be by the water. So you can easily search on Google, pool installation companies near me. In fact, let me actually just do that right now. So here are a bunch of pool installation companies. You can go to them, send them a message being like, hey, I can get you, 3 to 5 new pool installations per month. And, talk to and, work with them from there for that purpose because, it's starting to get hot, starting to get warm, so summertime's coming, and some people they don't have any friends that have pools, or they want to be the ones to host a pool party, and maybe they don't like lakes, or they don't want to go to public areas like the public beach because they're scared of the disease still coming around and wreaking havoc on their household and stuff like that. So pool installations is a good one. So I'm actually going to include 2 more niches. So I know I said 6, but I'm going to include 7. So this last one is really, really profitable. But before that, another great niche you can go after right now is actually real estate. So real estate niche, I was kind of debating about actually telling you guys to go after that because it is kind of saturated, but it is actually kind of easy to get real estate clients if you call the right ones. And a lot of them go to networking events and, you know, stuff like that. So if you go to like an online networking event, you can always just talk to a real estate agent from there. But, you know, housing prices are still going up. I'm seeing a lot of my friends still, they're still, you know, moving into new houses. Some are planning to move into a new house. Some are getting new apartments. So yeah, overall, the housing market, although they've had to make a change, it's still going strong. You know, people are doing virtual house tours, or people are, you know, still doing home visits. Real estates are still building their credibility, and they're still getting their houses bought and sold. So real estate is a good niche to go after, although it's really saturated at this point. But overall, you can still get clients in this niche because there's just so many real estate agents. Okay, so a runner-up niche that I want to mention is car dealerships. I'm only going to say this because I've seen a lot of my friends actually get new cars during this time. Maybe, you know, their cars broke down, or, you know, something happened, or they just wanted a fresh new look. I'm not going to get too much into detail about it, but car dealerships, if you're into that, is also a pretty good niche to go after because people are still buying new cars. I've seen a lot of, you know, ads for Carvana. So if they're still spending a lot of ad money, people are still buying cars and stuff like that. So if you're into automotive and you want to help an automotive dealer out get more clients, you can definitely do that as well. But the last niche I want to talk about that's actually doing really, really well is solar installation panels. So with solar installation panels, if you don't really know what they are, it's kind of just like using the sun's energy to, you know, power someone's home instead of using electricity. And now that, you know, especially in the US, summer is starting to come out, and, you know, there's a lot of different programs and grants and discounts that the government gives people so that they can get solar installations happening. There's a lot of incentives for homeowners to actually go solar, because so that makes it easy for you. That means that you can easily create desire for homeowners to go solar, and then once you take that desire, you can actually just use it to, you know, book solar appointments for that solar industry as well. So a solar industry is actually a really good niche to go after, because also, like, the average cost of a project for them is like $8,000, $15,000. The solar niche is there. So that is it. So that's pretty much 7 or 8 niches that I mentioned that you can go after post-coronavirus. Of course, you want to focus on just one niche and just, you know, keep calling, keep trying, and then, you know, maybe if you don't like that niche, or, you know, you're not getting a lot of responses in that niche, then switch it over. But make at least, you know, 100 calls in one of these niches, and then following my script, you should be able to get some good appointments from there. So again, that's restaurants, construction, salons, wedding planners, pools, and solar installations, plus a couple bonuses from there, plus a couple bonuses here and there that if you listen to this whole entire video, you would know about. So thank you guys for staying to the end. I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. So now that you know the best niches to go after, I really highly recommend cold calling, because that's the fastest way to actually start getting meetings. But let's say you might have a fear of cold calling, which is completely fine. I know I had it, but how did I overcome it? Watch this video up there where I tell you the exact steps that you need to take and that what I took to overcome the fear of cold calling. I'll see you guys in that video. Take care.